We're in the information age, but facts are in short supply. Reject the noise, ask bold questions, and seek the truth with FBI whistleblower and common sense extremist Steve Friend. This is the American Radicals Podcast.
It is the American Radicals Podcast. Today is Friday. It's February 27th, 2026, and it's going to be all about taking ownership. Got a little bit of a smorgasbord of stories, but it's all kind of centered on that theme. First, we're going to do a dive into the intelligence community, which is trying very much to take some ownership of databases that have been aggregated by law enforcement so they can spy on Americans. Supreme Court punks out about the post office having accountability and taking ownership of what it did to one particular individual's mail. Sex offender running for office in California. Bill Gates has a mea culpa, but not really. Susan Rice is vowing revenge. And then we'll talk about just how fat America has gotten. Let's get after it. And before I forget, guys, let me just remind you, it's Friday. Congratulations, you made it through that whole grind. So let's get after the stories that I've got today. And this one was shared by my buddy George Hill in one of my many group chats, because he is always hip to what's going on in the intelligence community and how it continues to intrude on American civil liberties and privacy. So a story that came from ProPublica, which I believe is worth going into. It's reflective of where the national security space is right now. And despite changes at the helm, they're still going after you, the red, white, and blue. The headline from ProPublica reads, Trump administration moves to allow intelligence agencies easier access to law enforcement files. So intelligence agencies are generally allowed to collect information on Americans only as part of foreign intelligence investigations. They can't do it domestically for domestic investigatory purposes. This goes back to the National NCTC. That's the National Counterterrorism Center. Yeah, NCTC. So they collect and analyze intel on foreign terrorist groups. They're allowed to collect, but they are prohibited from collecting information on domestic terrorism. So remember, there are two separate lanes within counterterrorism. There's international terrorism and there's domestic terrorism. And particularly post 9/11, the lines started to become a lot more blurred because we were starting to become interested in threats and extremism. And then you have a question of, well, are they a person who is here, but they're inspired by a foreign ideology? That would be a homegrown violent extremist. That's a first-generation American, maybe a recent immigrant who's now becoming radicalized because they're tracking on what ISIS is talking about or what Boko Haram is talking about. Or now that the Trump administration is there and declaring things like Antifa, a foreign terrorist organization, or a drug cartel, a foreign terrorist organization, are they inspired by those? And so you see how the line becomes gray, but it's pretty specific in a bright line that your government, particularly in intelligence, is not allowed to collect on you unless there is some sort of a connection between you and a foreign entity, and it's an intelligence purposes, not a law enforcement purpose. Intelligence just gets that information. Law enforcement is linear. It's a pursuit of gathering information so that if there is probable cause to bring criminal charges, then they do that. So there's a very specific difference between that. So there is supposed to be some modicum of protection when law enforcement, like the DEA or the ATF or the FBI, when they're carrying forward a lawful investigation and they build up a database of subjects, witnesses, victims, that information is isolated and siloed away from the intelligence community because they have no need to know that sort of thing. But problems exist, particularly like at my ex-girlfriend at the FBI, when intelligence is mixed with law enforcement because the FBI is part of the intelligence community. So back to this ProPublica piece. because now that we're rethinking the way that we do things under the Trump administration, it's presented a problem. I mentioned the drug cartels and Antifa. They were declared foreign terrorist organizations, but they have a pretty complex and robust presence inside our country. So if they're some sort of communist Antifa member and you're playing around in Portland, are you a foreign terrorist? Can you now be surveilled? These are the questions that we need to ask, not because we feel bad about the terrorists or the communists, but because it's a slippery slope argument. So, administration officials said that they are providing intelligence agencies with more information from investigations by the FBI and DEA and other agencies to combat drug gangs and other transnational criminal organizations. That also gives them the ability to monitor free speech, to quote, determine whether government critics are supported by foreign governments. So the argument and the logic behind this move being, well, you're a communist, you're a member of Antifa. We consider that to be a foreign terrorist organization because we see ties overseas. Could you be getting inspired by organizations overseas or funding from organizations overseas that would allow us to surveil you and to collect on you, even though you're a domestic American? That is, again, a blurry line. Also, OCDETF was shut down. OCDETF, OCDETF. That is a old school, well, now it's old school way that the federal government investigated organized crime and drugs. OCDETF stands for Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. If you work in the FBI, you work in any sort of federal law enforcement capacity, getting an OCDETF means that the Department of Justice's coffers open up and you basically have a limitless amount of funding to carry forward an investigation of a drug operation. You get the wiretaps going, you get the sources going, they can go for years. The money is flowing, and all you basically need is a marriage between two federal law enforcement agencies. So it'd be like FBI, DEA, we're going to work together, we're going to get our local partners, we're going to go after this gang, we're going to go after this drug operation. That is gone now. That's been dissolved. Instead, it's been replaced with Homeland Security Task Force, which is essentially doing the same thing, but it's not out of the FBI. It's not out of the DEA. It's out of Homeland Security, which is apart entirely from the Department of Justice. So it has its own protocols. And its focus is on protecting the homeland against foreign adversaries. So now it's a different mindset as it comes to law enforcement. And one of the big things that was part of the OCDETF was that there was a giant database of like over 700 million individuals who were subjects investigations and witnesses and maybe some victims, criminal associates, 700 million names. And it was kept in this database called Compass. Well, now who has access to Compass? Because it used to be specifically part of the OCDETF, which is part of Department of Justice. And now the intelligence agencies are just itchy to get access to all of that information. And they want to have it because their interest is on getting more intelligence to begin with, because it's sort of a dog chasing its tail. Why do you need intelligence? So you can get more intelligence so that we can continue to grow their bureaucracy. And we're looking outward at threats. But now the outward threats are merging with the inward threats because we've recategorized domestic operations as potentially being foreign terrorist organizations, which would justify your government surveilling and collecting and spying on you for things that are ordinarily First Amendment protected activity. So, who's taking ownership here? Who will ultimately get ownership of the database? Who ultimately is going to take ownership as far as being accountable when it comes to being responsible with the handling of this information and with the handling of the charge that they have of being a principal within your federal government? Are they going to be able to just throw the pesky, dusty document, the Constitution, and the civil liberties that are attached to it out the window entirely in interest of their mission, their purpose? because their purpose is to collect intelligence, to protect the homeland as opposed to protect the people against fraud and force while respecting their civil liberties. This is an intrusion. This is something to be aware of. And this is not something to just shake away and say, well, they're all terrorists because they're communists. No, no. In the alleged land of the free, you're allowed to say really awful things. You're allowed to be a jerk. You're allowed to argue for all awful, awful government. But if we empower our government to expand its mission set, to look at intelligence collection as being appropriate to marry to law enforcement, then you've got two tools that have no business together, and it's all under the umbrella of national security. It's just for your safety, it's for your well-being. But who do you trust in charge? Do you trust the people in charge right now? Maybe. Did you trust the people before that? Well, if you trust the ones in charge now, you probably didn't trust the ones then. It's all the same apparatus. It's all the ring of power. If you read Tolkien, you know that the ring of power cannot be wielded. There is no benign and innocent being on this planet, in this world, who is capable of wielding that much power. It inevitably will come for you. It's just a question of if it's now or if it's later, and when it's later, it's how much later. All right, let's go over, and I want to stay in Department of Justice for the next one, but let's talk about taking some ownership. Are these the sorts of people who you trust to manage a compass, which is that database of over 700 million names, to manage the national security missions, to manage the law enforcement missions, particularly when they don't take ownership of when one of theirs does something wrong? So I've gone in the past to the Office of the Inspector General for the Department of Justice, which does these investigations of allegations of wrongdoing. And I like to drill down specifically to my ex-girlfriend just to see how bad the personnel are. So this is a report that came out, and it is not that recent. It came out from last July, actually, 2025, right around the same time that Kash Patel was announcing his intentions to go to watch the Olympics in Italy. And it's really hard to see. If you happen to be watching here on rumble.com/amradpod or YouTube @amradpod, or if you're on Spotify and you want to flip it on over to the video, is an investigative summary. I will just pull out the pertinent parts to our conversation today. Quote, while working for the FBI overseas and traveling for work domestically, a then FBI supervisory special agent solicited and used prostitutes. It was also alleged that the then SSA, supervisory special agent, used an FBI-issued mobile device to conduct the transactions related to the solicitation of prostitutes and failed to self-report close or continuous contact with a foreign national the supervisory special agent was dating while overseas. So this dirtbag was traveling for work, probably going to a legal attaché overseas, maybe going to Italy, trying to negotiate some cyber stuff with Kash Patel last year, and frequenting ladies of the night and using his FBI-issued cell phone or laptop in order to do it. Now, the Inspector General became aware of it, and they investigated, and they substantiated these allegations. Yes, it was in fact true. And they referred it back to the FBI to handle, and it was a then supervisory special agent. So I presume that this person resigned or maybe retired, and criminal prosecution declined. The Department of Justice will not pursue any criminal charges against this person who used their position to not only get their jollies off, but potentially be talking to a foreign adversary representative. That's what went on then. These are the people that are going to be in charge of the databases and meting out whether or not they should be looking at you. They won't take accountability. They won't take ownership of anything that went on there. They just want to brush it under the rug, but they feel entitled to find out just more about you. They should just collect on you because they can. All right, let's now go over to a Supreme Court case and talk about failing to take ownership. And the Supreme Court completely punking out. This comes from SCOTUS blog, which does these write-ups about Supreme Court decisions. Pretty good job. I read through it when high-profile cases come through. This one was actually not a high-profile case, but the ramifications of it are. Headline: Court holds that the U.S. Postal Service can't be sued over intentionally misdelivered mail. That's right. A postal worker purposely didn't deliver the mail and cannot be sued. So the case emerged from a conflict between a landlord and some postal workers in Texas. The landlord, her name was Labine Conan, we'll go with Conan because Conan's a cool name, spent years fighting to have her mail and mail belonging to her tenants delivered to a shared mailbox. But the postal workers regularly held it at the post office or returned it to the sender and said that Conan had not met identification requirements for all the addresses. So I guess because there were multiple tenants, they were circulating and turning over. This Conan woman was not turning in the new IDs of the people, and the post office didn't want to be bothered, and they didn't want to collect all the mail in one centrally housed area, so they just were purposefully returning it to senders. So Conan winds up sues and says, like, hey, you're violating the what was it, the FTCA, the Federal Tort Claims Act. It gets nerdy and lawyerly, and also there could have been some racial reasons behind it. Okay, works its way all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, authored by Clarence Thomas, all 5 of the rulers in favor of the government were the conservative justices. The one against was Gorsuch, and he's more libertarian. He sided with the liberal justices. They said that, yes, in fact, the post office is allowed to purposefully not deliver mail to you. They didn't lose it. It wasn't an accident, get dropped behind a cupboard. They purposefully and maliciously did not deliver mail, and yet they were protected by the law. They get some sort of dispensation. They have some sort of privilege. They get qualified immunity because we're the government, and we investigated the government, and we determined that the government didn't do anything wrong. Or if we do investigate the government and decide that, yeah, we did something wrong, they can't do anything about it at this point. So the executive branch screws up, and the judicial branch just runs cover for them. They allow them to just get off scot-free entirely. 5-4 decision. All right, now talk about taking some ownership. This one I struggle with, and we'll see what the AMRAD pod thinks of it, because this is an individual who is alleging to have taken ownership of past violations of the law, past egregious violations of the law, and wants to move on. This is an individual who is now running for office in California, who is a registered sex offender. Let's give it a play.
Well, I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I'm putting my life out there.
Upfront about his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Charged with being in possession of child sex abuse material back in 2018, the Fresno native says he pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge. Now launching his campaign to represent District 7 on the Fresno City Council. He says his focus is on safety.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box, somebody who knows the system from inside out. Because I've experienced the laws that we are trying to reform right now.
Fresno County Clerk and Registrar of Voters James Coos says state law does not prevent a registered sex offender from running for office.
Once you leave prison, you're on probation, you actually are allowed in California to reapply and become a registered voter again, which would then make you eligible to be able to run as long.
All right. Well, I struggled a little bit, and then I listened to that complete dirtbag there. Come on, creep vibes all over him. So the background is this individual, it reads, and it's tough to kind of find out the details. It appears that he had child pornography, but was a juvenile when he had it. He wound up going to jail for 27 days, not even a full month. But they're crazy in California, and they decided that that was appropriate. They put him on probation. He's a registered sex offender for the rest of his life. Now, kind of look at this through the same vein as convicted felons and guns for a second. I'm pretty straightforward on that. If you do your time in prison for whatever the crime was, and for whatever the system we've adjudicated, and we've decided that you have done your time and you're allowed back out, I think you should be allowed to have your gun. That makes people uncomfortable, and they say, well, he's a dangerous felon, he shouldn't have a gun. Well, if he's that dangerous, he should be in prison, and we shouldn't have let him out. But if we've determined that he's done his time, he needs to be back out in society and have the ability to have a gun. How does that apply to voting? Same thing. How does that apply to running for office? I guess same thing. But how does it work with these pedophile pervert types, right? Particularly in California, where they put this guy in jail for less than a month. I was kind of wrestling with it and saying, look, same thing. If he's a threat, he needed to be locked up. Maybe the failure is on California, which didn't force him to take ownership of what he did. But again, that's a failure of the government. And then he threw out that quote. He's trying to work through the law that he's suffered to change the law. And that's where I came around on, nope, we can't allow that sort. I know it's violative of the principles that I've laid out, but if this dirtbag, this piece of scum, this pervert is going to get into government and weaken an already embarrassingly weak law, and where they allow him out of jail in 4 weeks after having possessed child pornography, then I think we need to rethink the way that we force people to take ownership. In fact, I don't think you should get out of jail anymore if you own child pornography. I think that's a life sentence, if not a death sentence. That would maybe be the right way to go about it. Very much like the gun owners. You know, if you're a violent felon, you shouldn't have a gun. If you're that violent, you should stay in jail. How about we just don't have to deal with this at all? This shouldn't even be a debate. That's the easiest way to go. Let's just keep them in jail forever. And that way we never have to contend with anything that was like a creep running for office because he wants to rethink the way the laws work. All right, while we're talking about creeps, let's talk about Bill Gates. And we're talking about taking ownership. He took ownership, but not really. This comes from the Wall Street Journal. Headline reads, Bill Gates apologizes to foundation staff over his Epstein ties. Oh, I guess he finally had to own it. So Bill Gates acknowledged that he had 2 affairs with Russian women that Epstein later discovered, but they didn't involve Epstein's victims. Quote, I did nothing illicit. I saw nothing illicit. Of course, he was interacting with Epstein after he was a convicted sex offender. And his wife at the time, Bill Gates' wife that is, was saying like, hey, you should probably not deal with him. And he was like, no, I know better than you. I'm going to hang out with this pervert. And when you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. So Bill Gates apparently, one of the women who he was having an affair with, Epstein learned about it and then winds up paying for her to go and get some sort of like computer coding credential. And then Epstein reaches back out to Bill Gates and goes, hey, I just so you know, I funded your paramour going to get her coding degree or certificate. I'm going to need you to pay me back for that. He's blackmailing him, and who knows how much shakedown money Bill Gates paid him. But, you know, I don't want to miss out on the opportunity when we're talking about Bill Gates and a mea culpa, because he's already showed his true colors. This was a few years back on PBS. This is really when he was asked, and before the receipts were available. This is how Bill Gates viewed his relationship with Epstein and what he actually owed as far as it goes to accountability and taking ownership.
Ask you about something else in the public arena. It was reported at that time that you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors. What did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
You know, I had dinners with him. I regret doing that. He had relationships with people he said, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. Not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction. Those meetings were a mistake. They didn't result in what he purported, and I cut them off. That goes back a long time ago now. So there's nothing new on that.
It was reported that you continue to meet with him over several years, and that, in other words, a number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful. I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy. Very proud of the work of the foundation.
Oh, I bet you are, Bill. The deflection to the foundation, the charitable foundation, as he let slip that the lesson learned is if you cross an elite pedophile, possibly rapist, possibly, then you wind up dead. Wow, pretty dark. But it kind of reminded me of this other one that I've got for today, and I've got another video queued up because we're talking about taking ownership. And I think there's also a plumb line here when it comes to when people get into office and what they do. So, on record, the conservative, the Republicans, they're not conservative. They get elected to be something. They get appointed to be something. And that's why, Kash Patel is out there flying to Italy to go watch a hockey game. He wants to live the life of a princeling. He's essentially Hunter Biden running the FBI. But what do the real dyed-in-the-wool communists do? Well, they get elected or they get appointed to do something. And what is it that they do? Well, they reward their friends and they punish their enemies. Bill Gates is a communist. Who knows what sort of punishment he's able to met out to the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world, particularly those guys who had black maritalia on him. But he definitely rewards his friends too. But what about the principals within government who've been through multiple communist administrations like the Obama administration and the Biden administration? And I saw this clip from Susan Rice, and it is up there with the levels of malice that you saw with Bill Gates, reveling, kind of trying to hold back his smile about glee in the death of Jeffrey Epstein and sort of maybe even alluding to having been part of it. Now, Bill Gates is a nerd, he's a weakling, and he's soft. I don't think that he's really a tip of the spear guy. I don't think he's making those calls, but he likes to allude to it because he exists in that pool. That's the pool he swims in. We reward our friends and we punish our enemies. He loves that pose. And then I compare him to the Susan Rices of the world, the actual Susan Rices, the woman that went up there and lied to our faces, what was that, 13, 14 years ago, and said that it was a video in Benghazi that motivated the attack on the embassy and the deaths of 4 Americans. She went out and ran cover for that. The same woman who, in the closing days of the Obama administration, essentially authorized the demasking of people connected to the Russiagate. She's back on and the podcast space, the TV space, and she's saying and articulating a little bit more nefarious way and directly what Bill Gates was trying to do there. And she's giving a shot across the bow and saying specifically who is going to be punished if and when the communists retake power.
But when it comes to the elites, the corporate interests, the law firms, the universities, the media, I agree with you, Preet. It is not. It's not going to end well for them. For those that decided that it was, that they would act in their perceived very narrow self-interest, which I would underscore is very short-term self-interest, and take a knee to Trump. I think they're now starting to realize, wait a minute, this is not popular. Trump is not popular. What he is doing, whether on the economy and affordability or on immigration now, is not popular. And that there is likely to be a swing in the other direction. And they are going to be caught with more than their pants down. They're going to be held accountable by those who come in opposition to Trump and win at the ballot box.
That is a woman who is preparing to met out what she sees as justice, but it's vengeance. She's going to force people to own what they did, and that was go against what she and her ilk would have preferred in the last year and probably the next 3 years during the Trump administration, or at least in the next year until the midterms, and then the political winds shift back in a different direction. Taking ownership. She's going to demand that there is accountability, whereas what did the incoming Trump administration, what did the principals within government now do to met out any sort of accountability for true evildoers? I mean, Bill Gates had to go and do an apology in front of his charitable foundation. Is he in handcuffs? Has there been any sort of investigation into his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein, or maybe his involvement with other things that pertain to coronavirus? All that, all those promises that were made didn't play out. And then on top of that, they've aggravated and amped up the Susan Rices of the world, and they will come in because they get appointed to do something, not to just be something. All right. It's a Friday, guys. I want to pivot entirely away from like government stuff and politics stuff. I don't like it. It annoys me, and I'm kind of done with it for the week. I want to, though, stay on the topic of taking ownership. I think we can pivot over to some health stuff, because I don't know if you've noticed, but essentially America looks like all of the humans in WALL-E at this point. I mean, just enormous people, 300, 400 pounders all over the place. And I found a couple of pieces about health and our failure to take ownership and accountability for what we're jamming into our faces. And I think it's worth going into as we're closing it out here on the AMRAD pod for today and for the week. So let's go first to the New York Times, which wants to talk about body positivity influencers. So, headline from the old gray lady at one point in a newspaper: confessions of a former body positivity influencer. And we got some weird graphics going on there. They invested a lot into this. And what are they talking about? Well, while some body positivity advocates have embraced weight loss drugs, others have rejected them, fearing that thin is now back in, and with it, fat phobia. Then they quote this woman, Gabriella Lascano. She said, quote, I started to wonder if loving myself at any size had become an excuse to ignore how big I was getting. And also, they mentioned that 18% of Americans are taking these Ozempic type of drugs, which, what is the acronym? It's GLP-1. Taking ownership. I guess she's trying to take ownership as someone who has profited quite handsomely from telling people that it's okay to carry around an unhealthy amount of body fat on their frame. That it's okay as long as you love yourself. And in fact, if you want to lose some of the extra human that's on top of you, that's the problem. You're actually doing a net negative. We're going to give people a hard time who want to get down to a healthy body weight, because it will increase their longevity, improve their quality of life, reduce the amount of diseases that they might be at risk for, like all those sorts of things that contributed to everybody staying home and staying safe because of a chest cold, because they had what was the term at the time that we invented, comorbidities. Yeah, you're just a fat freak. That was why you had to stay inside, because you're 32 years old, but you eat Cheetos all day long and you're 390 pounds. So the chest cold could be the end of you. But you have these body positivity influencers who have been on the online space, who've been convincing people, not really, they're convincing people who wanted to be convinced, people who were shopping for an answer, that they didn't need a solution to the problem. They just needed to learn to accept who they were. That would have been better for them. The better outcome would be not trying to pursue a healthy lifestyle, not trying to look into the future and say, hey, do I want to be there when my kids grow up and I have grandkids? No, actually, having that perspective is the problem, because that would require a little bit of discipline. That would require you taking a little bit of ownership of what it is that you're jamming into your face, and maybe getting out and about and moving around a little bit, doing things that are uncomfortable. I don't say these things because I have any malice towards folks who have weight issues. I say them because I want good things for everybody. Take some ownership. It is the most extreme thing, and on this program, I like to take some commonsensical approaches, but there is a commonsensical approach to the eating disorders in the other way, like the anorexic person. A lot of the times for an anorexic person, as I understand it, it's a control mechanism. They feel like they're out of control with a lot of other portions of their life. But the one thing that they recognize they can control is what they put into their face. Now, they take it to an extreme length that it's completely unhealthy and they need to have treatment between the ears. Get that. That's fine. But they do recognize a very commonsensical reality, and that is you have control of what you eat. You can take ownership of it. Now, you can go extreme and become a skeleton, or you can go extreme the other way and become a Wall-E character, or you can do something in the middle, all things in moderation, and pursue something that's healthy for you. Or you could follow the advice of a body positivity influencer who tells you that you're awesome, even though you're not, or what's going on now that the narrative has shifted to something different, and much to the chagrin of the body positivity influencers who are fearful that people will lose weight and then they will lose their audience. But people don't want to put the work in, which is why 18% of folks are doing the Ozempics of the world, the GLP-1s. So our next piece, again, from the New York Times, at one point a newspaper. Headline, a new concern about weight loss drugs. What if they work too well? So this is based on a recent study. Scientists did a 68-week study. So over a year, about a year and a quarter, year and a third. Typically, people are losing 20% of their body fat by getting on these drugs. But this new one has got people closer to 30%. At least some of the people dropped out of the study because they thought they were losing too much weight. And patients felt so nauseated that they were like eating crackers only and became significantly malnourished. Now, the reason people are on these is because it's the fake panacea that they view it as. It's not that at all. It's the easy button for too many people. Unfortunately, they're not taking ownership. They're not looking at what is on their plate as being the cause of it. They're saying, well, I don't want to do away with that. I just want to take an easy pill. I don't want to have to exercise any sort of discipline. I don't want to exercise at all, which is the subject of the last piece that I've got, again, from the New York Times. Headline, exercising is the worst. So this is actually a opinion piece, but I do think it's appropriate for a way to close this out as we're talking about health and wellness. Quote, remember when exercise was fun? I turned 40 this year and everything's breaking. On our screens and in real life, there's so much pressure to improve one's fitness. Buy one of those weighted vests, people say. Train for a marathon. I say, maybe we should sit back down on the couch. So what this woman basically breaks down is that she turned 40 and it sucks and it hurts because I guess she thinks that it sucks and hurts because she turned 40 and not that it sucks and it hurts because that's what exercise does. But her background, I guess, is that she started to train for a half marathon, winds up hurting her knee, and then aggravates it with her puppy in the car because she's a New York Times opinion person, and she's completely out to lunch. And the takeaway is that, like, you shouldn't try that hard. In fact, she blames a lot of it on Donald Trump and the stresses of the world. And she finishes up with, Quote, I'm not saying this is going to happen to you. If you go slow and don't make bad choices, probably you'll be fine. Or you could just come join me on the couch. I have to say, it's perfectly comfy over here. So, communist there, reading the New York Times, offering her opinion piece, making sure to tell you and everybody and encourage you to embrace the weak side of things. Don't take ownership. Don't be responsible. Don't do the hard thing. It's just so much easier to outsource it. Let's just sit on the couch and take a pill. Wouldn't that make your life better? No, it won't. It never makes your life better. I mean, I'm an extremist, I know. I'm out there pounding the pavement with the homeless people and the fishermen every single morning, getting my miles in. I don't expect everybody to do that. But I do think that that's reflective of sort of in the same sort of theme as the anorexic folks, right? Taking ownership is incredibly important. The fact that we have people in government who won't do that to themselves or to the individuals who they're supposed to theoretically have oversight of, when you have a Supreme Court that says, well, post office doesn't have to do its work. In fact, they can deliberately not do the work and they've got protection. You got an inspector general, the watchdog, who finds out that somebody has broken the law and says, well, yeah, we can't do anything about it. No, we're done here. We have intelligence agencies that feel that they're privy to have access to your private communications because they want them. And if you raise an objection to that, well, now you're a problem. Maybe we should go after you. All of those things are downstream of a populace, of a citizenry that has just failed to take ownership of our government, of our own lives, of our own health for too long. We need a radical change. We need to radically pivot away from that if we're going to hope to pull back from the brink here. And I think ultimately it comes down to the bullseye theory of controlling what you can that is closer around you. That will begin with making sure that you push away from the table before you have seconds and thirds for dessert. Maybe getting up a little bit early and walking for a few minutes in the morning, taking care of your personal health and well-being, and then taking it up outside to those outer rings, your family, your community, your state, and then eventually at a national level. And that applies to not just health, but to governments in general. So, that we're going to wrap it up, I guess, for the week on that note. Hope it was good for you today and for the week entirely, but I will not leave you, as always, without a palate cleanse, talking about some taking some ownership. I saw this video. This is a guy who took not just ownership of his rental payments, but of his future educational prospects. Here's palate cleanse.
Matt Williams was just a fan at a tech game until this moment. He volunteered in a promotional contest. If he could kick a field goal, he'd win free rent.
Okay, Matt, whenever you're ready, give it a shot.
He takes one step and puts it right down the center of the goalpost. I mean, that's pressure. I figured it'd be easier to kick extra points after that.
Leach sent an equipment manager to catch the contest winner. Williams joined the team and hasn't missed an extra point since.
Pretty cool. All right, guys. That's it for today on the American Radicals podcast. That's it for the whole week. Hope you all have a great and safe weekend. Plan to be back with you on Monday, noontime here on rumble.com/amradpod and YouTube at amradpod. And until then, have a great day.
You've been listening to the American Radicals podcast. Find us on YouTube, Rumble, and X at AmRadPod.